All right, so are you ready for a deep dive into a story all about resilience?
Sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, you and me both.
Ah,
Um, Today we are exploring The Phoenix Rises, Emma's journey to rebuild her life. Have you heard of this one?
I have. I think a lot of our listeners have probably heard of this one too. It's quite popular, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a fictional story, but it really gets to the heart of how we can pick ourselves up after tough times, and create a whole new beginning. And that's what we're going to unpack today.
I'm excited to unpack it. I think one of the reasons this story resonates with so many people is because it takes this idea of resilience and makes it real, you know?
Yeah.
Like we actually see Emma go through it all, the doubt, the
It's
struggle.
not just like a motivational poster, is it?
Exactly. And, the story doesn't pull any punches. It starts with Emma facing a triple whammy.
Oh yeah, this is where it gets real. First, she loses her job.
Out of the blue, I think. It was like, bam, no more job.
Right. And just when you think, okay, it can't get worse, her engagement falls apart. Yeah, I know, right? And as if those two weren't enough, a fire breaks out in her apartment and destroys, well, pretty much everything she owns.
It's like, come on, universe, give her a break.
Right. Talk about hitting rock bottom. But that's where the story gets interesting because it explores what happens next.
It'd be easy to just give up at that point, wouldn't it?
Oh, totally. But Emma, she stumbles across this book, The Power of Starting Over, and it's like a light switches on for her. Have you read it?
I haven't read that specific one, but I've read similar books on resilience and adaptability. It's amazing how the right words at the right time can really shift your perspective.
Right. And it's not like a magic cure-all, but it gives her a starting point,
Yeah, she doesn't suddenly know all the answers, but she starts taking small steps.
which is really the key, right? Like, you don't have to climb Mount Everest on day one.
Exactly. She starts volunteering at a local shelter, and that's where things begin to change for her.
It's so interesting how helping others can often help us too, isn't it? I mean, have you ever experienced that?
Oh, absolutely. It kind of takes the focus off your own problems and gives you a sense of purpose, I think. And that's what happens to Emma. She meets this woman, Clara, at the shelter, and Clara's story becomes a huge inspiration.
Tell me about Clara.
Okay, so Clara is a visually impaired artist, and get this, even though she's lost her sight, she continues to paint.
Wow.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I think for Emma, seeing Claire's strength and determination, it's like a mirror reflecting back what Emma also has inside herself.
It's like Clara embodies the resilience Emma's looking for.
Exactly. And through her conversations with Clara, Emma remembers her own passion for baking. It's something she used to love but had kind of forgotten about.
This is where the phoenix starts to rise, right?
Yeah,
No
she
doubt.
decides to sign up for a baking course, and that process of learning, of creating, it gives her back a sense of control and joy.
It's like baking becomes her therapy.
In a way, it is, and she's good at it too. She starts selling these amazing lavender honey cookies at the local farmers markets, and people go crazy for them. It's not long before she launches her own online bakery, Phoenix Pastries.
I love that name, Phoenix Pastries. It's such a perfect symbol of her journey. She really has risen from the ashes.
It really is. It speaks to the power of turning our struggles into something positive and using them as fuel for growth. But here's the thing, it doesn't stop there. Emma actually goes back to the shelter, but this time as a motivational speaker.
I was going to bring that up. It's so powerful. She takes her experience, the good and the bad, and uses it to inspire others who are going through similar challenges.
That's right. It's like she's completing the circle.
Yeah.
And as if that wasn't enough, a local newspaper picks up her story, and well, let's just say her bakery becomes even more popular.
It's just a beautiful reminder that even when things seem impossible, there's always hope, and that we all have the power to not just survive, but to thrive.
I think that's what makes this story so powerful. It gives us a tangible example of resilience in action. And it leaves us with a question.
Oh, I like where this is going. What's the question?
What small step can each of us take today to pursue our own passions or to overcome something that's holding us back?
That is a great question. And I think Emma's journey shows us that those small steps can lead to incredible transformations. So, to all our listeners out there, what will your first step be? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, remember to keep those flames of passion burning.
And never underestimate the power of resilience.
Absolutely.